I ghosted my ex because she's married.
That's tough.
Sounds like the thing you should do, though.
Yeah.
Right?
Good work.
My friends think I'm an a-hole for blocking my ex, who is married, because she keeps calling and messaging me. I wanted to ask if what I'm doing is right or if I should keep in touch with her. By the way, this comes from user TwexNC234234 on the r/OK Storytime subreddit. So, I dated Lisa for 4 years and we broke up 2 years ago. Lisa told me she didn't see a future with me and wanted to call things off. That would be so funny. There were many reasons, and I knew it was coming. Lisa came from a wealthy family, and we met in college. Our relationship was great during the college years. However, after we graduated and got jobs, it became clear to her that I would never be able to provide the lifestyle she was used to. She hated the small apartment we rented because I wanted to pay off my student loan quickly, and she resented that I couldn't afford to take her on nice vacations. It sucked, but I couldn't blame her. I loved Lisa deeply, but I also knew she deserved the life that she wanted. After we broke up, we still had lingering feelings and stayed friends for a few months. We had mutual friends and would meet regularly. I never hated Lisa. In fact, I cherished the memories of the 4 years that we were together. But I was also acutely aware that we came from different worlds and that she shouldn't have to settle because of me. Still, it was hard to let go completely, and sometimes I wondered if I'd ever truly get over her. We drifted apart after Lisa started dating a family friend. I met him a few times at parties. He knew Lisa and I had dated, and though he was polite, I started avoiding her and focused on work. Eventually, I moved to another city and lost touch with Lisa. I heard from mutual friends that she got married 6 months ago. I wasn't invited to the wedding, but I was happy for her. I also dated someone briefly last year, but right now, my career is my main focus. That's what I need to believe. 3 weeks ago, out of the blue, I got a call from an unknown number. It was Lisa. She started with small talk, and we caught up on each other's lives. She told me about the new house she and her husband had just bought and how busy she had been. I told her about my work and my new life. It was nice, like catching up with an old friend. She gave me her new number, and the call lasted about 20 minutes. Although I found it odd, I figured she might have thought about me and decided to reach out, as people do sometimes. That's just what happens.
I don't trust it.
But that might not be the case in this story. The next day, she messaged me and sent a few photos of her new house. I complimented her on them, the pictures of her house. 2 days later, she called me again saying she was driving and thought about chatting. We talked about my new city, my new friends, and even gossiped about our old mutual friends. Then she started sending me photos from a recent party where they all met up. Over the next 2 weeks, Lisa began calling me almost every day.
Here we go.
I ignored most of her calls, but she always said she had free time and wanted to talk. Yeah, maybe talk to your husband, Lisa. Just a thought here. You've got free time to spend with your husband.
But why do that when she can be terrible?
Yeah.
When she can be an awful human being.
Yeah, sounds boring.
Yeah, right. You're boring, husband.
She started sending me TikToks, memes, messages, initiating conversations all the time. At first, I brushed it off, thinking she was just being friendly, but it felt wrong. Lisa is married, and I shouldn't be talking to her so frequently. The more she reached out, the more unsettled I became. Was she unhappy in her marriage? Was she just lonely? Or was I reading too much into it? Last Friday, I finally messaged her saying that it felt inappropriate for us to talk so often, given that she's married now. She replied almost immediately, saying there's nothing wrong with us being good friends like before. I didn't want to continue. So I told her we needed to stop talking for a while because I needed to focus on work. My king is all about his grind.
OP literally is just the GOAT.
Is setting boundaries with married women and focusing on your career?
Unheard of.
Where's your crown? You dropped it.
Where is it?
After that, I blocked her number. She called our mutual friend Jess, crying about how I was rude and blocked her. Yeah, couldn't have seen that one coming.
I see.
Jess told her other friends, and some of them called me, saying I was being unreasonable to treat Lisa that way and to cut her off. I don't understand how no one sees that it's wrong for Lisa to call her ex when she's happily married after more than a year of no contact. It doesn't make sense. But maybe I'm the one who's missing something. Am I being unreasonable with Lisa? Or was it right for me to block her for both of our sakes? And if I'm right, why do I still feel so conflicted? And we do have an update from a month and a half after the original post.
Wow.
Friends are getting the story filtered through Lisa's perspective.
Indeed.
I think it's crazy for the friends to be like, why are you cutting off the married woman you used to date who's talking to you incessantly?
Well, it seems that probably the perspective they're getting is like, oh, we were just like chatting and stuff, and he just out of nowhere, friendly, whatever, and then out of nowhere he blocked me. So I wonder, do we tell the friends?
Yeah, I mean, I think the friends need your side of the story, OP.
I think we need to let them know. The danger, though, is do they bring that back around to the husband and explode everything?
Right, so I think really the golden move here.
Yes.
Just keep doing exactly what you're doing, OP. I had posted a month and a half ago regarding going no contact with my ex-girlfriend Lisa after she tried to rekindle our friendship. Lisa married her husband Jason 6 months ago, and I wanted to respect their marriage and blocked her after I felt we were crossing a line. My friend was very critical of me because I was ignoring her, and most of you agreed that I did the right thing. Things have been really crazy since then, and many of you asked for an update. I wanted to respect Lisa's privacy, but as things settle down, I am again not sure if I'm doing the right thing and need advice on my situation. Sorry for the long post, but too many things have happened and I wanted to get this off my chest. After I blocked Lisa, she called my friend Jess and wanted to talk to me one last time. I initially declined, but finally caved and told her that it would be the last time we would talk. Lisa called me on Saturday morning and told me that she wanted to talk to me because she needed help and does not know if she can trust anyone. She sounded awful and I had to calm her down before she told me what was going on. Lisa told me that after we broke up, she met her husband Jason within a few months. Okay. Jason asked her for a date in front of her mom, and her mom insisted that she at least give Jason a chance. Jason was a charmer, and they quickly became official. Jason was everything I was not, came from a wealthy family, and had everything figured out. He took her on all the vacations that I could never afford, and Lisa loved this life where she does not have to worry about things like loans, money, like she did when she was with me. They had a grand wedding, but Lisa told me that things quickly started going south. One night, she was hanging out with Jason's friends, and one of his college friends started flirting with her and touched her inappropriately.
Whoa.
Lisa was shocked and told Jason immediately. Jason was wasted and told Lisa to loosen up and enjoy the party and did not confront the friend. As months went by, Lisa found proof that Jason and his friends were doing illicit substances, and Jason had slept with most of his friends' wives. And it was a common thing in their friend group. So that's why he didn't confront her, his friend, because he was just trying to be like, babe, this is what you married into. You married into the creepy swinger. The creepy not upfront.
Yeah.
It's way less creepy if you're just upfront about being a swinger.
Yeah, that seems like a massively catastrophically critical detail to know.
Yeah.
Before, yeah.
Time to leave. She suspects that this happened during the time they were dating and also a few times after they were married. She confronted Jason, but he just got mad at her and told her that she's being too uptight. Things got messy, and Lisa told me that there were some instances of physical harm, though she did not go into too many details. Lisa wanted to leave Jason and told her mom about it. However, her mom told her that it is too early in their marriage, and instead Lisa should work harder to make Jason happy so that he does not need to look at other women. Lisa never told any of our mutual friends about this because they all loved Jason, mostly because he paid for all the parties and restaurants because he's the Richie Rich boy. And Lisa just felt very lonely and helpless. That is when she got a burner phone and started messaging me on it. She apologized to me for getting me involved in her mess, but asked me if I can buy her a ticket to my city so that she can get away from Jason and everyone and figure out exactly what to do next. She could not buy the tickets herself because Jason had access to all her cards and accounts, and she could not trust any of her friends back home because Jason might know about it. I was really angry with the whole situation and agreed to help her. I got the tickets immediately and did not email her any details. I only told her the confirmation numbers when packed and reached the airport. She flew to my city and is staying in my guest room. As expected, heck broke loose as soon as she called her parents to tell them that she had left Jason and is with me. She told them and our friends why she did what she did. However, everyone just thought that we had an affair and she left Jason for me.
This is like Lisa's POV. Some in the chat saying that she might be lying.
It makes sense that I think people wouldn't know because she comes from a lot of money, and it sounds like the mom is very much like, it doesn't matter what your husband does, it matters how much money your husband has. So
yeah,
I think she's like 6 months is too early, not even because of like, oh, it's too early to leave someone in a marriage. She's like, you won't get the money.
Dude.
That's how she's probably operating. She's like, you got to stay with him until the prenup prenup hits, and then you can take half of his assets. That's probably what she's thinking. Jason was really angry and demanded her to come home or they're done. His parents called her to plead her to come back and talk about things calmly. Her dad refused to talk to her while her mom flew to my city, and we all met, and she told her what happened. Her mom was more worried about their reputation than what Lisa went through in the last few months, and it was just sickening. Lisa is looking for lawyers to file for a divorce and has refused to talk to Jason since she came here. Jason has not made an attempt to visit her and initially sent her a lot of threatening messages. I feel he was advised not to send any more incriminating messages to her, and the messages from him suddenly stopped. There's radio silence. Lisa is currently living with me for the last month. She has offered to pay me rent, but I have told her to just save up for any legal fees, as it seems her parents might cut her off. Many of our mutual friends still refuse to believe what Jason did, and some feel we were having an affair. Many of them have completely stopped talking to Lisa and me, and even removed us from their socials. Lisa looks like an empty shell of herself. She was the most kind, fun person when we were together. Even though she keeps a brave face, she just bursts into tears randomly. I feel that she has still not told me the whole story on what Jason did to her, but I'm just going to be a good friend and give her the space that she needs. I honestly am not sure how to feel. Everything has happened so suddenly, and I never had a time to react and think if what I'm doing is right. I don't know how I got in a situation where my married ex is now living with me. I cannot kick her out, and I want to be there to support her in such a horrible time. However, a part of me also does not know if what I am doing is right, as she still is a married woman, and I don't want to be labeled as a homewrecker or a cheater. Any advice would be appreciated. Just wanted to add some context, since many of you are asking about it in the comments. Lisa left her main phone at home when she left, since her husband can track her phone. He was already paranoid that Lisa would leave him and was tracking all accounts and Lisa's whereabouts. She did not want to let anyone know she was at my place. However, I insisted that she at least call and tell her parents that she was safe, else they would have thought she disappeared and might have gone to the cops to file a missing person report. Jess did not help her because Lisa did not tell Jess or any of our friends about the abuse. All Lisa told me was that she did not trust any of our friends right now. I'm still not sure why and what happened there. However, most of our friends have sided with Jason, and he is spreading a false narrative that Lisa married him for money and waited for 6 months exactly so that she would be eligible for a significant alimony based on their prenup. There's the flip side of this very suspicious coin, at least for the people who are suspicious in chat. I mean, that flips, I think, the mom's narrative in my head, because I thought the mom was telling her to stay to get more money, but now I guess it sounds like she could already get money.
If we're going off of that, yeah, it almost sounded like maybe the mom didn't know or was just trying to make sure she hit that mark, or I don't know. Yeah.
So as of right now, there are two possibilities of this story. I just want to break it down. One, Lisa is telling the truth.
Yeah.
And she's gone through this horrific experience that we have nothing but empathy for her.
Yeah.
Number two, Lisa is lying and which we don't know, but does look really optically suspicious if she left her rich husband 6 months after they got married and now has the money, and now she's back with her broke boyfriend who was more fun. We've got two great comments right here.
Yes,
First one is Totally Spies 01 says, how do you prove either? Which is
Exactly.
like, it's so
just
hard.
impossible. Yeah.
And then we have
It's
one right after that, which is Litha, that says both can be true, which is also true. Everyone suspects that we, Lisa and I, planned this whole charade for Jason's money. Lisa left and came back to me because she wanted to put as much physical distance between Jason and her before she told him that she was leaving him. By the way, please feel free to join us when we go live on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitch, every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. All you gotta do is tap our profile, and if you're watching this in the future, we might be live right now, so go ahead and check it out right after this.
Do it.
Of course, Lisa and I are not getting back together. I understand the vulnerable position she's in, and I just want to make sure that she is safe. Finally, what are my future plans? I'm taking it one day at a time. I luckily have a very well-paying job now and do not have to worry about financially supporting her for a short time. However, I do understand Lisa cannot live with me forever, and we need to figure out something as soon as things settle down. There was no conspiracy here.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's no conspiracy.
100%.
She probably went through pretty much everything that she went through.
100%.
And saw OP as the trustworthy king that he is, and slowly tried to sort of, redevelop a trust/bond so that she could go to him and be like, hi, please help me get out of, I need to get out of this. And I don't really have anyone else I can trust right now.
Yeah.
Please, I need to trust you. Trust me. Help me out.
And now she can figure it out from a safe place.
Yes.